Most marketing agencies will take any contractor's money. A contractor with a bad logo, a broken website, 0 reviews, and no process for answering the phone. They'll still take the money, run the ads, and then blame the market when nothing converts. We don't do that. I'm Anthony with Apex Operations. Before we take on any new client, we run through an 8-point checklist. Not because we're trying to be difficult, not because we're elitist, but because we've learned from real experience that if certain things aren't in place before we start the campaign, it will underperform no matter how good our ads are. And today, I'm gonna walk you through every single point on that checklist. Not because I want you to screen out, but because if you watch this and you realize that something's missing, you now have the exact roadmap on how to fix it before you ever talk to a marketing agency. This video is for contractors who are serious about growing and who want to understand what actually makes marketing work before they spend a single dollar on. Here's something that most marketing agencies will not tell you. The marketing itself is rarely the weakest link. We can build the perfect ad, perfect targeting, perfect creative, perfect budget, and if a homeowner clicks on that ad and lands on a website that looks unprofessional, finds 0 reviews on Google, sends a text that nobody answers for 2 days, that lead is dead, and the contractor blames the marketing. But the truth is, marketing amplifies what's already there. And if what's already there is strong, marketing makes it stronger. If what's already there is weak, marketing makes that obvious faster and more expensively. So we built a checklist. 8 things that we look at before we agree to work with anyone. 8 things that when they're all in place, that they can actually get us results for this contractor. Not just leads, but closed jobs, revenue, and growth. Let me walk you through each and every one. The first thing that I look at is gonna be the logo. And I know that it sounds superficial, but research shows that 55% of a brand's first impression is visual, and customers form a trust judgment in under 100 milliseconds. Not from reading your reviews or your testimonials, from what they see instantly. A contractor's logo is the first visual signal a homeowner encounters. If it looks like it was built with Microsoft Word in 2003, or if it's an inconsistent mess across your truck, your website, and your Facebook page, the first impression is already working against you. This isn't about being fancy, it's about being consistent and credible. A clean, professional logo says to a homeowner that this company takes itself seriously, and if they take themselves seriously, they'll probably take my project seriously. We can run ads with a weak logo, but we'll be fighting against the first impression every step of the way. The second thing we look at is messaging. And this one is probably the most overlooked piece in all of contractor marketing. Messaging isn't just a tagline, it's not quality craftsmanship or serving the area for 20 years. Every contractor says that. It blends into the background. What we mean by messaging is this. Does your marketing clearly speak to a specific person about a specific problem that you solve? Can a homeowner land on your website or see your ad and think within 3 seconds, this is exactly who I need? Research from Edelman shows that 4 out of 5 consumers need to trust a brand before they ever even consider buying from it. Trust doesn't start with the transaction, it starts with the message that says, I understand you, I know your problem, and I'm the right person to solve it. When we onboard a new client at Apex, we spend a significant amount of time in discovery before anything gets built. We're extracting 20, 25, sometimes 30 years of construction knowledge out of the contractor's brain. The real stories, the specific challenges that they solved, the type of projects that make them come alive. That becomes the foundation of every word on the website and in every ad. The messaging is the strategy, everything else is execution. Third is the website. And here I'm looking at 2 things simultaneously. Number 1, does it rank? And number 2, does it convert? Most contractor websites fail at both without even knowing it. On the ranking side, is the site built on a real SEO capable platform? Does it have proper page structure, technical setup, location specific content, and city pages that tell Google and AI search tools exactly what this contractor does and where? Because 17% of the local business search ranking comes directly from its online content and structure. A broken technical foundation means that no amount of content will ever push you to the top of Google. On the conversion side, does the homeowner who lands on the website feel confident enough to reach out, or are they landing on a generic templated page that looks identical to the next contractor site and gives them no real reason to choose you? So we look at both, because a website that ranks but doesn't convert wastes your traffic, and a website that looks beautiful but can't be found wastes your design investment, and we need both working together. If the website is weak, we'll fix it before we run a single ad. This is a non-negotiable for us because we've seen too many times what happens when you send paid traffic to a poor website. The homeowner bounces and the contractor blames the ad. Fourth is the social media, specifically what it actually looks like right now. Research shows that 77% of shoppers are more likely to buy from brands that they follow on social media. And before a homeowner calls you, a significant percentage of them will pull up your Instagram or Facebook just to answer one question: is this company real and active? What we're looking for here is not a perfect feed. We're not expecting a contractor to look like a media company. What we're looking for is authenticity and recency. Are there real photos of real projects? Or is that last post from this year or 2 years ago? Is there any human being visible? The owner, the crew, anyone? Or is it all just stock images and AI generated graphic? Because here's the psychological reality. Homeowners who are considering spending $100,000 plus on a project are going to check your social media. And if they find an inactive account, AI generated filler content, or nothing at all, they're going to feel less confident in you than they did before they looked. We'd rather have a contractor with 200 followers and real project photos than one with 5,000 followers and a feed full of generic motivational quotes and stock images. Real beats polish every single time. Fifth is reviews, and this one is backed by more data than anything else in marketing. 97% of people read reviews before choosing any local business. Not most people, essentially everyone, and 88% of those people trust online reviews as much as personal recommendation from a friend or a family member. And here's the part that directly impacts revenue. A 1-star increase in rating on Yelp alone translates to a 5 to 9% increase in revenue for local businesses. And businesses with more than 200 reviews earn 82% more annually than competitors with fewer reviews. For a higher ticket contractor, someone doing projects at $50,000, $100,000, $300,000, the homeowner writing that check is going to read your reviews. They're going to count them, they're going to look at how recent they are, they're going to look at whether or not you respond to them, and they're going to make a trust judgment based on what they find. When we look at a contractor review profile, we're looking at total number, average ratings, recency, and whether the owner is responding. Ideally, we want to see at least 10 to 15 reviews with an average above 4.2 stars. Research from Northwestern University shows that's actually the sweet spot for building consumer trust because a perfect 5.0 can look suspicious. Reviews are not optional in 2025. They are a core part of your sales infrastructure. 6, and this one surprises contractors every time, is how they currently handle inbound phone calls and messages. We call it speed to lead, and the data behind it is alarming for most contractors. Studies consistently show that a lead who is contacted within 5 minutes of reaching out is 9 times more likely to convert than one who gets called back an hour later. In residential construction, a homeowner who submits a form or sends a message is usually in research mode. They're comparing multiple contractors at the same time, and the first contractor who picks up the phone, answers the text, responds to the inquiry, that contractor has an enormous advantage over the one who gets back to them the next morning, even if their quality of work is actually better. So we ask directly, when a lead comes in today, what actually happens? Is someone calling within minutes? Is there an automated text confirmation that says, we got your message, we'll call you shortly? Or are leads sitting in an email inbox for the next 24, 48 hours before anyone even looks at them? And this isn't judgment, it's a diagnostic, because our CRM and automation system is designed to solve that exact problem. The moment a lead comes into our system, an automated text goes out immediately. A pipeline entry is created and the contractor is notified in real time. But the contractor still has to pick up the phone. And if they're not in the habit of calling leads fast, even the best automation in the world cannot fix that behavior. 7th is operations. Whether the contractor is actually set up to handle what we're about to send them. This might be the most important point on the list that nobody else talks about. We had a contractor once who had done $350,000 in revenue the previous year, all of it himself. Boots on the ground, every project on hand, great work, great reputation, but completely maxed out operationally. When we asked him what his plan was if we doubled his lead volume, he didn't have one. There's no point in spending money on marketing to generate 40 leads a month if you can only handle 2 jobs at a time. And you're the one who's actually managing them. You'll miss the leads, you'll overpromise, you'll underdeliver, and you'll blame the leads when the real problem was capacity. What we're looking for is, do they already have the building infrastructure to scale? Do they have, or are they building the infrastructure to scale? Do they have the trusted subcontractors that they can call? Do they have, or are they developing someone who can manage the operational side? A project manager, a superintendent, someone? Or is the owner the single point of failure for everything? We're not asking for a Fortune 500 operation. We're asking whether there's a foundation that we can grow on, because contractors who are thinking about this, who have a plan for capacity, even if it's not fully in place yet, are the ones that we can scale confidently. The ones who haven't thought about this are the ones who ask us to pause ads in the next 2 months. We're not asking for a Fortune 500 operation. We're asking whether there's a foundation to grow on. Contractors who are thinking about this, who have a plan for capacity, even if it's not fully in place yet, are the ones that we can scale confidently. The ones who haven't thought about it are the ones who ask us to pause the ads within 2 months. And the eighth and final point is whether the contractor uses or is at least open to using a CRM and basic business technology. This one is a mindset signal as much as a practical one. The data on this is clear. Freshworks' 2024 study of 600 business owners found that businesses using a CRM are 86% more likely to exceed their sales goals than businesses without one. CRM adoption has been shown to increase sales revenue by 21 to 30%, improve customer retention by 27%, and shorten the average sales cycle by 8 to 14 days. The contractor who is tracking leads in their head, or even worse, on sticky notes, is losing opportunities that they didn't even know that they lost. There's no visibility into how many leads came in, how many were followed up, how many were closed, and what the conversion rate is. Without data, there's no way that we can help you improve. And there's no way for us to know whether the marketing is working or whether the follow-up is the bottleneck or what's actually happening. We implement Go High Level, a professional CRM with full pipeline visibility, automated text follow-up, booking confirmation, pre-appointment reminders, and reporting that shows us exactly what's happening at every stage of the process. But the contractor has to be willing to use it. This isn't about using tech for tech's sake. It's about having a system that means that no lead falls through the cracks, no homeowner gets a day without a follow-up, and we can always tell exactly what's working and what needs to change. The contractors who embrace technology are the ones who scale. The ones who resist it are the ones who plateau. Not because the marketing wasn't good enough, but because the infrastructure couldn't hold the volume. I want to be very clear about something. We don't run through this checklist to weed out the contractors that we don't want to work with. We run through it because we genuinely care about the outcome for the contractor and for our agency. When we take on a client, we're investing our time, our team's energy, and our reputation into making them successful. We don't run cookie cutter campaigns. We build custom strategy, write the scripts, send out the videographers, manage the creative, run the CRM, and track every data point. And when we do all of that and a contractor isn't set up to convert the leads, when they don't answer the phone, when they have 2 reviews, when their website sends the homeowner running, it doesn't just hurt the contractor, it reflects on us, and we take that seriously. So the checklist is really just us being honest about what it takes to win, not just generate leads, to win, to close jobs, to grow revenue, to get a contractor to $1 million in pipeline, or 2 or 5. And if you're watching this and realize that you're missing a few of these things, that's actually good news, because every single one of them is fixable and we can help fix all of them. So here's what I want you to do right now. Run through this checklist on your own business, the 8 points: logo, messaging, website, social media, reviews, phone process, operations, and CRM. And be honest with yourself. How many of these are you genuinely strong with, and how many have gaps? If you're at a 6, 7, or 8 out of 8, you're ready and we should talk. If you're at like a 3 or a 4, it's okay. Use this video as a roadmap. Start closing the gaps, and when you're ready, come back. If you want to have a real conversation about where you are and what it would take to build a marketing system that actually works for your contracting business, the link in the description will take you to a free strategy call with our team. We'll look at your specific situation and tell you exactly where you are on this checklist and what needs to happen next. I'm Anthony with Apex Operations. Marketing doesn't fix a broken foundation, but when the foundation is right, marketing changes everything. We'll see you on the next one.